ऑब्वियसली कि मैं यहाँ पहले दिन पे आई हूँ, मुझे यहाँ इनवाइट किया गया था सिर्फ लैम्प जलाने के लिए। करण जी ने मुझे बुलाया एंड देयर वाज सीनियर ब्यूरोक्रेट्स डिज्नी के जो हेड थे, एवरीवन देयर ऑल कॉल्ड मी एंड इनवाइटेड मी। आई एम हैप्पी आई वाज इन टाइम टू लाइट द लैम्प। एंड फिल्म इंडस्ट्री की हूँ, फिल्म इंडस्ट्री की लड़की हूँ, तो फिक्की फ्रेम्स के पहले दिन पे आना, आप लोगों से मिलना, आई थिंक इट्स पार्ट ऑफ मी। मेरे रगों में दौड़ रहा है फिल्म्स, सो ऑब्वियसली आई एम रियली हैप्पी कि आई कुड बी अ पार्ट ऑफ दिस। आई हैव नेवर बीन इंटरेस्टेड इन प्रोडक्शन और डायरेक्शन, राइटिंग, एक्टिंग में हमेशा दिलचस्पी रही है, बचपन से लेकर अभी तक, बुढ़ापे तक भी यही चलेगा। सेट पर जाती रहूँगी एंड आई होप दैट आई विल वन डे आई विल डाई ऑन अ सेट एट 80। बट मुझे आइटम नंबर्स करना, मुझे डांस करने का बहुत शौक है and I will continue doing that. Song and dance is a part of movie business and especially Hindi cinema की बहुत ही important part है। Without you, it is, I mean, जब आप थिएटर में जाए तो जब फेविकॉल बजता है या शीला स्क्रीन पे आती है, आई थिंक जो चहल पहल थिएटर में होता है तो जान में जान आ जाती है। ज़्यादा बात कर रहे हैं इसके बारे में, पहले भी अगर देखने जाए तो चाहे वो वहीदा जी हो या शर्मिला जी हो, they were all married and they all acted in films like Daag and Amar Prem and Guide. So it was never, ये जो ट्रेंड है ये आप लोग ने ट्रेंड बनाया है, पर ये पहले से चलते आ रहा है। प्यार और फिल्मों में कुछ सिमिलैरिटी नहीं है, और अगर एक औरत प्यार करती है या शादी करती है किसी से, उसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि वो लोग उसे और नहीं चाहे, और वो स्क्रीन पे जो उनका कैरेक्टर है उनको नहीं चाहे। तो ये दो बहुत अलग अलग एस्पेक्ट्स हैं एंड वी शुड नॉट ट्राई एंड क्लब देम। एंड वैसे भी प्यार करना और शादी करना कुछ गुने की बात तो नहीं है। मैं एक्चुअली इमरान खान के साथ होली खेलूंगी, क्योंकि सैफ जो है बुलेट राजा की शूट कर रहे हैं लखनऊ में। एंड सो वील भी, हम लोग, हमारे प्रोड्यूसर भी यहाँ फिक्की फ्रेम्स में है, तो वील भी शूटिंग उन्होंने ऑफ नहीं दिया है, आई डोंट नो वाई, बट इट्स ओके। काम करना तो अच्छा लगता है, हंसी मजाक साथ में करते रहते तो दिन भी गुजर जाता है।
I used to work with a television company which is now shut down. And through them, I used to sort of try and arrange a pass, because there's no way I was going to pay this 5,000 kilo that one for a pass. And so I would come and with my script of Kabul Express in my bag, because FICCI Frames was the place where all the Karan Johar and all the producers used to be. Post-Friday films are those which are sold, pre-Friday films are those which are sold before their release and we get our money back. Post-Friday films have to depend on a word of mouth, they have to generate interest and then they sort of go on to the box office. So your film is actually a post-Friday film, and the mandate of our company is that we don't do post-Friday films, we only do pre-Friday films.
I sort of wrote a script and I went knocking on each door, and it took me around 3 years to make a film. But with all honesty, I think it was part of the process. I never expected it to be easy. I never expected people to just say, there you are, let's make a film. Because I knew they were not going to believe me. I had no experience in filmmaking. But I just kept at it. I just kept at it. And I think, and I just hate Mr. Nandi after a while. I think when he got bored of seeing me every day, they just made me.
Got myself into advertising, made ad films, so I also the process of filmmaking, you're much closer to it when you're making ads, and you meet all kinds of professionals in terms of DOPs and art directors who are also working in the film industry. So that kind of was a great training ground to somehow get into the film industry. But I think at the end of the day, and with all of us here, I mean, apart from Amit, since we're directors, I think it is the story and the idea that I think we came with finally, and which has finally found its place. It is because of that, I think, what we had to say and the stories that we wanted to tell.
I was so upset with what the hell am I doing? I'm in the wrong place. And yes, I called someone because I was from TV. I could not go back doing a job in McDonald's or somewhere, which I've done in life. Because then I thought people will make life hell for me. Because I was roaming around in auto rickshaws and they would say, oh, देखो TV actor जा रहा है, auto में आ गया, तो उसका लगता time खराब चल रहा है. So it didn't affect me that much. But then when this was told that I don't have the it factor, that night I actually wept all night. And I actually next morning called a friend in Delhi and said, you know what, I want to go back to. And this is after I came back from Strasbourg after learning acting. and I said, I'm thinking of going back to New York, and can I do some illegal jobs? So I actually made that call, because in India I can't do a job. But again, it's just destiny also, and I'm very grateful to God, my director Abhishek Kapoor, and the process of casting, which is great. I think in India, they're all big filmmakers. I mean, in fact, Karan, Kabir, all great filmmakers, visionary filmmakers are going through the process of casting. So we have a roof that we can go to. We can go to those casting agents.
I don't know. It all depends on how you're going to tell your story and what you need to tell your story. And if you can tell your story within the funds that you have got, you should go ahead and do it.
At least find one person or two people minimum who will believe in you and the story, and then you can.
I would like to say that I'm not in agreement with that at all. I stand on behalf of the film industry just to say that none of us really, through our content, none of us through our visual representation ever try to objectify women, men, anyone. Our intent is entertainment, and I don't think any of us really can be held responsible for the crimes of this country. It's being produced by me, and I'm joking before that becomes a headline.
No, I can see the newspaper.
The headline, yeah. I'd like to make that sequel.
Yeah.
I want to make an award-winning film.
So FICCI does work. FICCI does work. I found my producer. No, I'm writing. If it's a good script, it'll get made. If it's a bad script,
then I'll make it. Shuddhi is a totally different film directed by Karan Malhotra, which stars Hrithik Roshan. Immortals of Malua has been created and adapted as we speak. It's being developed and then will be cast only when the screenplay is right. It's two separate films altogether. We have approached no leading actress to play the part. We will be announcing and approaching very soon.
Our women are becoming far more liberated because, earlier there was a clear division between the vamp and the heroine. So the heroine was the chaste Madonna and the vamp was the whore, and because of her colonial past, she was also very safely somebody with blonde hair and blue eyes, so that you could lust after the Westerner. You didn't have to attribute any sexuality to the Indian woman. But then there was a conflation of the vamp and the heroine at one point, and so it got expressed in what is known as the item number. My intention is, under the guise of saying that this is a celebration of sexuality, actually you're totally surrendering to the male gaze. Because when you look, the business of cinema is the business of images. When you see fragmented images of a woman's bosom, a swiveling navel, a swinging hip, you rob the woman of all autonomy and you make her surrender to the male gaze. And I think that's the difference. And I think this difference will only come when leading ladies and heroines themselves understand that there is a fine line between a celebration of sexuality and a surrender to the male gaze. I think that needs to be tackled.
A lot of film people corroborate the values in society. I don't think they cause it. And I think the danger in asking for bans or a danger of asking for strictures against is that, come on, I mean, it's like stopping free expression. Even I don't like your view, but I fight for your right to express that view. So I know that tendency that exists in this society. So there can be a debate. So this debate doesn't lead to sometimes political correctness also leads to very boring.
Listen, Hindi film audience is mature enough to handle anything. And the fact is that we make the mistake by constantly thinking we are superior to the audience. We are not, and oftentimes I started my discussion by saying that oftentimes filmmakers are not aware of the preparedness and the readiness and the sophistication of the audience, and we do them a great disservice. The fault lies with us because we are only wanting to cater to the lowest common denominator, and so we do things that we feel everybody will find. And we engage with men to say that your idea that masculinity is in a six-pack ab and in being macho is wrong. That it can be investment in the body can only be part of the notion of masculinity. It cannot be at the cost of compassion, love, sensitivity, all of that. That needs to be. We need to inform men about that's what women really like. And then the way of looking at things will start changing. We can't